Welcome to Nez Telly. This is me, Nez. Thank you so much for checking out. And welcome to a new beautiful week. Okay, so before I start the video today, I wanted to address my fellow Lagosians, people that are in Lagos, those of us that have to take the bus, have to take public transportation. Recently, bikes and the keke maras, that's the tricycles, and the motorbikes, those systems of transportations were banned in Lagos. And I know for a fact that it's been very, very tough for a lot of us Lagosians. I can't even begin to imagine what it's like living early in the morning and having to go to work, and our buses that I'm pretty sure aren't enough for all the people in Lagos is the only way of transportation. What that means is that a lot of people are going to work, a lot of people are going to be stranded, a lot of people are going to walk to work, they're going to trek to work, and a lot of people are going to be stranded for a while. Sadly, I'm not giving this message saying that, something has changed. I'm just saying, keep your head up. You're going to be fine. And I feel your pain. It's going to be okay. I really, really think so. I believe that the change would likely come very soon. It's well. It's well is a horrible thing to say, but that's all I can think of right now. You'll be fine. All right. So I guess this is one of those cases where it's time to get creative with your life. If you get creative with the way you do things, you will not be doing things the way every other person does. So it's time to get creative, figure out how to get around. It just needs to, nothing is impossible. Just get creative. Okay? Thank you. Okay, so about my video today. Today I wanted to talk what my title for this video is what I'm calling Dear Nigerian Author. Now, I'm going to be discussing some things. Today I have a pen and I have my paper today. I'm not using my laptop because I wrote everything down. So today I'm going to be discussing some things I consider when I think of Nigerian, when I buy Nigerian books. Okay, so books here in Nigeria, that's what I mean by Nigerian books that are published and printed here in Nigeria. Now, for those of you who don't already know, a lot of Nigerian authors are actually published outside Nigeria, and then they bring them in here to sell. Okay, so I want to discuss, I think there are like 4 or 5 major things I really want to talk about. I think there are 5. Okay, so number 1 is the price. Now, the interesting thing about it's funny that the price would be number 1 for me, because number 1 is something that I think it's not really me. I don't really, so far there are very few books I've actually bought that I thought, okay, the price was crazy. But a lot of people do complain about price. Of course, what I say when it comes to price though, price is not an excuse for you not to read though, because really you can buy a book for, I don't know, 6,000 naira. 6,000 naira is a lot of money, yes, to you. But trust me, what that money, that 6,000 naira book can do for you will make that, if you use your sense and do the things that 6,000 naira book will do for you, it will earn you way more than that, if you can think of that. So I'm not letting you have an excuse of saying, these books are too expensive, I'm not gonna buy. No, buy book, buy buy book. I've warned you now. Have it that I said buy your books. Okay. So, but that being said, dear Nigerian authors, I really think that I know that while the prices of doing things like printing can be crazy, and sometimes, like, printing has a lot to do with light. If you have done anything concerning printing, I used to be a graphic artist a while back. Anything concerning printing, that printing is a pure light. Light involved. So if light does pakaram, no printing. That's just how it works. So because of that, it does affect the cost of printing. But that being said, I really, really, really believe that our costs can come down a little. Now, what you can do is, maybe as an author, I'm not an author, so I'm not exactly telling you what to do, but what you can do to make more people to read is, because in the end, you want more people to get this amazing knowledge that you have. Do you understand? Maybe you can do like off sales after a while, or you can do off sales for a particular period of time to get more people to read. That's my own thing. But price is a major concern with readers. That's what I'm trying to tell you as a Nigerian author. That's number 1. Number 2 is options. I have talked a lot about using audio. If you already, welcome to February, by the way. If you know anything, if you've been following me the whole of January, I read a total of, I think, 8 books in January, and I was able to do that because I read a lot of audiobooks, or I listened to a lot of audiobooks. I did read some physical books, by the way, but I read a lot of audiobooks. So I really wish that more Nigerian authors would do an audio version. Nigeria in general, our go-to sport isn't exactly reading, but I feel like that could greatly change if we could just include audiobooks. Honestly, I think that would happen. So I think it's an option worth considering. Like, just try it out and see how it goes. So number 1 is the price, number 2 is options. That being said, a lot of Nigerian books have an e-version. That is where the likes of BAM books show up. In BAM books, you can find as many Nigerian books as possible in e-version. You can check that out. Then if you actually ask most authors, like if you follow them on Instagram or LinkedIn or wherever you find them, ask them, can I get an e-version of your book? And they can sell it to you. So a lot of Nigerian books have e-version, but I'm just asking of a third option, that is the audio version, where people can just listen to it instead of having to sit down and read, because we're not really ready to read like that though. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3 is number 3. This one makes me very tired. It's funny. I went to not a book launch. I didn't go to the book launch. I happened to be in a place called Freedom Park in Lagos. And Freedom Park is an amazing place, by the way. You know, I'm an artist, so I think it's kind of like my vibe. I studied fine and applied art in school. So Freedom Park is really nice. There's an exhibition going on there, and I wanted to hang out with some friends while I was there. So while I was there, I saw a friend that happened to be attending a children's book launch, as in a man was launching a book for children. I'm not going to be naming names here. And it's a children's book. Now, me, I am crazy about buying books for my kids and for my daughter, sorry, and all her nieces and nephews. It's like a champion, this thing for me. It's very important to me. So I go into this place, and the book, even the name of the book, I'm like, it's a children. Like, what child is supposed to read this book? Because the English was too big. So this is the one this one is personal to me. I've bought some books that I feel like, oh, okay, this book, somebody I know wrote it, so it's a book I feel, okay, I should be able to read this. This will be fun. And then the person is using English and confusing me. You know, you hear the cascade of the iridescence, of the vicissitude, of the all of them. Basically, you're trying to say we should all gather together and have peace. You say the unifying commission of the populace should, you know, I don't know if you understand that. Thank God a lot of Nigerian authors don't fall into this on this table. But I've read a few that I'm like, do you plan for people to read this thing? Like, is anybody supposed to understand what you're saying? Because even the scholars that you wrote it for, some of them have asked questions. They're like, I'm not sure I understand what they said there, but I think it's about this. So it's like, simplify it, please. We are people on the street. Some of us don't even understand regular English as much as we understand broken. If you can write a broken English book, that would be perfect too. Simplify it. The simpler, the better. The earlier the simpler you can make a book. There's a saying, I think, who was it that said it when she talked about writing books? That the younger, as in the younger you consider, that if you think your book is so easy like a 10-year-old can read, you're winning it, because that means more people will be able to read it. You understand? So please consider simplicity. Consider us non-scholars, you know, all us lay people. You know, consider us so that you can bear that in mind when we are writing your book. So I can understand what you're saying. Okay, so that's number 3. Number 4 is now, I think this other ones, this other 3 I'm going to talk about is about the quality. Now, I think the quality is something that bothers me a lot because of the price. I cannot understand how I can spend 17,000 naira on a book and I noticed that the print is fading. Like, seriously, I bought a book and in the last 3 or 4 pages, I noticed that the print was fading. I had to be looking closely to be able to see the last few lines. Why? How? It's a book. I mean, book is print and ink. How is the print not clear? You know, like, if you need to sue your printing company, please do so. Or if you need, I don't know if you need to go there and cause trouble for them, but don't allow books that have faded prints to be there. You know, and you know, it's like I'm so into what I'm reading. I want to get this beautiful juice that you have that is all that, and the print is faded. It's not showing well. That is crazy. So that's number 1. Then I talk of quality now. So number 1 quality is print problem. Second one is page problem. I've bought books that I noticed that they're wearing cut. Like, you see how nicely this is cut. It's cut straight. I noticed that some pages had this literally like that coming out. Another one was that it was gummed. Some of the pages were gummed together. So I don't know if any of you did that in like a secondary school. I had to use knife or scissors to now tear through, because like these 2 pages like that were gummed together. So I had to, I couldn't open one. The other one was stuck with it. You know, so you can imagine doing this. Like, imagine, okay, now I sat down and said, okay, that the prices, you should still buy books, they're important, blah blah blah. Like, people should feel good about buying your book. They shouldn't have to sort through papers that are not properly cut, prints that is faded, and then prints that are stuck together. Like, I really like, dear Nigerian authors, I love you. I'm in love with everything you do. I can't even, like, if you're Nigerian and you're not reading Nigerian books, I think you're losing a lot, because a lot of the things that you read are tailored towards you. Especially if you're in Nigeria, it's tailored towards you. It's providing solutions for you. So there's a lot of things to learn. So it's like, if all these things can be taken care of in Nigerian literature, this thing, I would be, me personally, not just everybody, me personally, I'll be grateful. I'll be greatly thankful. And so, yeah, that's me and my dear Nigerian authors. That's 6 things. I'm going to go through everything again. Number 1 is your price. If you can be more considerate for a lot of people, the better. Number 2 is options. We have the regular option, which is the book option. We have the e-version, which is the option. And then there's a 3rd version, which I really like, which is audio, so that more people can read. So I think I'm going to include the 4th option, saying if you can do it in a simpler English, that's, even if you can do it in like broken English, that would be really cool. If you can do it, that would be stellar. I'd love you for that. That's number 3. Number 4 is English, like your use of words. Use simpler English. Make it easier for people like us that did not go to a big school and don't know some of these big words. Please help us. That's number 4. Number 5, 6, and 7 is basically quality. Okay, please make sure that your prints are in stellar shape. Make sure that your book is cut properly. That all these are printing problems, and then make sure that the papers don't stick together. I love you so much, and I love everything that you do. Like, I've learned so much. There are several others that I'm still going to talk and I'm going to review. That's about Nigerian authors, and I cannot wait to see the more things that you have to do. Thank you so much for watching, everybody else, and thank you so much for doing the best that you can for us, dear Nigerian authors. Don't forget, already, if you haven't, please don't forget to subscribe to Next Telly, and don't forget to comment and then like. If you have some concerns, like if you're an author and you have reasons why these things happen or these things don't happen, please let me know. And please also, you know, I'm going to put my email address so that you can let me know what you have going on, so I can read, I can read, and then we can talk, you know. So yes, thank you so much for watching, and have a beautiful week. Bye bye now.